This is a Coffin apartment in Hong Kong. Simon lives here in just 1.5 square meters, roughly the size of a single bed. Lying down stretched out? Impossible. He shares 50 square meters with 20 neighbors, with no privacy at all. His bed is also his wardrobe, dining table, and storage room. He has no windows, but bedbugs keep him scratching. Hundreds of thousands share this fate in one of the richest cities in the world. But how did it come to this? And who are the people living here? This isn't some dark dystopian movie. This is reality, behind Hong Kong's dazzling facade. Today, we'll explore the Coffin apartments and meet the people living in them. We'll dive into the city's dark past and experience the reality beyond luxury up close. But first, let's take a look at just that. So friends, we're now in Central, on the southern island of Hong Kong, one of the wealthiest districts of the city, and just look at these skyscrapers. I don't know, let's say 200, 300 meters tall or even more. These buildings have tons of offices, banks, but also luxury hotels, shopping malls, the whole package. Hong Kong is in Southeast Asia and made up of over 200 islands. Even though it officially belongs to China, it has its own currency and its own laws. Around 7.5 million people live here, making it one of the most densely populated cities on Earth. In 2024 alone, more than 44 million visitors came here. So, we're now at the pier, and people are fishing here.
Hello, sir. You're fishing? Wow. Which fish are you fishing?
Sepanga.
Sepanga.
Yeah.
You want me to fish? Okay. How do...
Now he just handed me the rod. No idea.
Okay, good luck. Thank you. Well, sir, is this your car? It's really nice.
Well, there's no shortage on luxury cars either. There's a Maybach parked right over there and Range Rovers drive by one after the other. Hong Kong is one of the world's most important financial hubs. 1 in 10 adults here is a millionaire in US dollars. In 2024, there were 74 billionaires living here. Only New York has more. You rarely see them on the streets, but you do see their employees. No clue what this is. People have built little cardboard compartments like this one. Look, like little castles.
Hello, sorry, do you speak English? Can I ask you, what is this here, the cardboard? Right? What are they for?
We are the domestic helper here in Hong Kong. During holiday, we stay here because we don't have the place, so we stay here. This is our tiny house.
Okay.
Most domestic helpers, mainly from the Philippines and Indonesia, live with the families they work for. Very few have their own rooms, so they spend their free days outdoors, often in tents or in cardboard castles like these.
So here in Hong Kong, you earn way more than in the Philippines?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's better. At least 5 times higher the salary.
5 times higher?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Bye.
They send a large part of that salary back to their home countries. Okay, so as you can see, the whole street is actually full of packages. Just look at this. Totally packed.
Crazy. Hello. Can I ask, why is everybody preparing like packages, parcels?
Yeah, just going back to Philippines, send back to Philippines.
What products do you send to the Philippines?
Clothes, something
Clothes?
like that, shoes, whatever, groceries, something.
What's your name?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. When did you come to Hong Kong?
I first come here in Hong Kong since 2003.
2003.
Yeah.
Wow. You have a family in the Philippines?
Yeah, I have 2 kids, 13 and 15.
Do you sometimes have the chance to visit them in the Philippines?
Yeah,
Okay.
so 2 years, you
Yeah.
have only 14 days holiday.
Oh, wow. Good luck, Elizabeth. Thank you for telling me. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Have a great day.
For homeowners, their employees are actually the least of their expenses. Nowhere else in the world are properties more expensive than in Hong Kong. The average price per square meter is almost 19,700 euros. That's nearly 2.5 times more than Germany's most expensive city, Munich. The result? Probably the worst housing crisis of the 21st century. So we're standing here right now on Hong Kong Island, that's the southern part, and over there we can see the mainland part of Hong Kong. And we'll head over there now to the district called Sham Shui Po. Sham Shui Po is one of the poorest neighborhoods in Hong Kong and the epicenter of the so-called Coffin apartments. As you can see, the district is built really high, like most of Hong Kong. These buildings go up more than 10 stories, and you could already see behind me, the houses have clearly seen better days. Here, I started the mission to meet a resident and get access to one of these homes. That turned out to be harder than expected.
Excuse me. Hello. Do you speak English? No English. Okay. Hello, sir. Do you speak English? No, no English. Okay.
It's really hard to connect with people here. English isn't as common as you'd think, considering Hong Kong was a British colony.
And I'm looking for these cage homes.
Oh, cage home.
Cage home.
Oh, this building. No.
At this building, no.
More than 200,000 people live in coffin and cage homes. 1 or 2 room apartments are split into many tiny cubicles. Stacked up to the ceiling, sometimes over 25 people are crammed into just 50 square meters. Each person has barely more space than a coffin.
Hey, you! Do you speak Cantonese?
Do you speak English?
He wants to touch my face.
No. This is so random. He's writing Chinese characters on my hand. No idea what this even means. Okay. Thank you. Well, that was probably the most random encounter ever. Can someone tell me what it means?
Hello. You speak English?
Đồng ăn quà nào?
You want money from me?
Cho xin 1 đồng.
I have this, okay?
Hay xin nhá.
Okay. No problem. Enjoy the day. Bye. Okay.
That kind of lady is one of the so-called cardboard grannies. That nickname came up here especially for elderly women who collect cardboard in the streets to sell it to recycling companies. Of course, it's also kind of sad because normally people at that age should be enjoying their retirement instead of walking around picking up trash. But yeah, that's also the reality here, especially in this district. Hardly anywhere in the world is inequality as extreme as it is in Hong Kong. It especially hits the elderly. Almost 45% of everyone over 65 lives below the poverty line. So, what you can see all over the city are little parks where people do sports. They play something like juggling with a small feathered ball.
Hello, sir. Can I ask you what's the name of that game?
It's called shuttlecock.
But it looks very hard, but the people are super good. It's crazy.
You want friend?
Yes, if it's okay for them. Concentrate.
Okay.
What?
Yo.
What?
Okay rồi.
Great. Yeah. But it's fun. It's really nice. Thank you very much. Bye.
We're now here at the Aplu Street Market, and they really have everything here.
And you put on the head. For bicycle.
I've never seen an umbrella like this. Maybe they're used for riding moped or something.
I sell the umbrella 50 years.
50 years. Wow.
1, 2, 3,搞定.
Wow, you're a magician. Good luck with your business, okay?
Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye.
The roots of today's inequality lie in Hong Kong's history. Here's a quick overview. Originally, Hong Kong was a small fishing village. Starting in the 18th century, the British came to China and bought massive amounts of tea and porcelain. China, on the other hand, had no interest in their goods. To restore the trade balance, the British smuggled thousands of tons of opium into the country. Millions of Chinese became addicted. China fought back and the so-called Opium Wars broke out. Britain won and took Hong Kong as spoils of war. That's how it became a British Crown colony in 1843. By the mid-20th century, millions of Chinese fled communism and came to Hong Kong. The population exploded. At the same time, the British government launched a historic experiment: capitalism in its purest form. One of the most radical ever attempted. Minimal state intervention, extremely low taxes, completely free markets. A paradise for businesses. And it worked. Hong Kong became extremely wealthy. The city stood for progress, but the dark side would soon become noticeable. Okay friends, we're now in a high-rise where there's supposed to be a rooftop slum. These are informal settlements built on top of regular apartment buildings. Of course, there's no elevator here. We already saw the first improvised living space in the stairwell. As you saw, the resident had laid his mattresses in the hallway and kept all his kitchen stuff there too. He basically set up a small area for himself in the open space. He even planted a small garden here with lemons and other plants. And right here, the view over Sham Shui Po. Next to him, 3 other families live in makeshift tin huts on the rooftop. Since they're built illegally and without permits, they usually have no water or electricity. Many people seek refuge from the cramped life through their faith. Okay friends, we're currently inside a traditional Chinese temple. There are small shrines here, each dedicated to a different deity, and each god is basically responsible for a different area of life, so to speak. The religion practiced here is Taoism, which originated in China. Alongside Buddhism and Protestantism, it's one of the most widespread religions in Hong Kong, although nearly 50% of the population has no religion.
This one is the main god in here. We call it Sam Tai Ji.
Yeah. This is also the name of the temple, Sam Tai Ji temple.
Yes.
He is considered a protective god and is believed to keep people safe from disease. You can see how people come here and leave small offerings. It's very interesting to see. 75% of you still haven't subscribed to my channel. Go ahead and do it, it really supports my work. Then we went to one of the most surreal places in the city. Welcome to the former Kowloon walled city. Probably the most densely populated place that ever existed. 33,000 people lived here on just 2.6 hectares. If all 8 billion people on Earth lived this densely, we'd only need twice the size of Mallorca for housing. Here's a miniature model of the city. You can see how insanely close the buildings were and how dense the area was. The buildings merged into a gigantic organism. The dark alleys were only 1 or 2 meters wide. Daylight only reached the rooftops. There was no official waste system or electrical grid. Electricity had to be tapped illegally. This is what it looks like today. A huge park with sports facilities, football field, all kinds of stuff. They definitely made something out of it. And over here, a really big basketball court.
I want to see 3 points from you, my friend. Oh, 3 points! 3 points, come on. Ah, close.
Originally, it was a Chinese military outpost. When the British took control, it remained officially Chinese territory. But neither of the two governments took responsibility for it. The triads, the infamous Chinese mafia, took control. A lawless zone without any official rules emerged.
What can you tell me about Kowloon Walled City?
No one wants to come in here. Even the police won't easily come in to catch them.
Drug trafficking, dog meat trade, prostitution, and gambling were daily business. In 1993, the city was finally demolished. Today, it only lives on in the Batman movies as inspiration for Gotham City. Okay friends, after lots of back and forth, we finally made it. I got in touch with an NGO and just spent 2 hours in their office. The organization known as the SOCO advocates for the residents of Coffin homes and has direct contacts. So together with their director, Mrs. C, we set off to visit them. This is kind of an undercover operation. The people we're visiting are informed and have agreed to it, but the landlords don't know, because most of these apartments are illegal. The Hong Kong government also prefers not to make too much noise about it. I just hope we don't get kicked out or anything. I'm very, very curious.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Hello.
Today, we are going to meet 3 residents and hear their stories. Through them, we'll also understand the true cause of the housing crisis. Spoiler, it actually has nothing to do with a lack of space. Okay friends, we're inside an apartment with 18 coffin homes, spread out over just 40 square meters. This is what a coffin home looks like in Hong Kong. Basically, it's really just a capsule with a mattress. And the only separation from the other capsules are these wooden boards here. It's insane. The 1.5 square meter capsules are usually just 80 centimeters wide and 190 centimeters long. For comparison, a single cell in Hong Kong's Stanley Prison is about 7.5 square meters, nearly 5 times bigger.
What's your name?
Coffin.
Nice to meet you.
Coffin.
Since how long you live here?
For 3 years.
Could you maybe show us what he has inside his place?
This here is my wardrobe. These are my hygiene products, food supplies, and kettle.
All his belongings are inside here, or has he any?
Other places.
No other places. Everything here.
Rent here costs 2,500 Hong Kong dollars, roughly 285 euros for 1.5 square meters. Many residents even work full-time but still can't afford a larger apartment.
Look, my pet used to be in here.
Before he has the snake.
Before there was a snake inside
But
here.
now he's run away, don't know.
Really? He has written some things on the walls. What has he written on the walls?
About his problem with his ex-wife.
He's divorced.
Yeah.
Just like Gavai, most residents here are single. Landlords usually split their apartments illegally into smaller units, without following building or fire safety regulations. Many residents live in constant fear of being evicted. The paradox? At the same time, many luxury homes in the area are just sitting empty. By the end of 2024, a full 4.5% of all private apartments were unoccupied. They're often intentionally left vacant as pure investments to keep prices high. Even more depressing are the cage homes in the district. Here, people live crammed into tiny wire cages. Then, we met Mrs. Tai. She is 66 and has been living here for 3 years. She showed us the shared kitchen.
So here you cook like microwave?
The 18 residents share 2 small toilets and 1 communal shower.
So this is your home, okay?
Yes, this is the entire space I have for myself.
Mrs. Tai stores all her belongings on and beside her bed. Directly above her, another person lives. She doesn't have a door.
So for privacy, she uses like a plastic bag. And you've prepared food.
And she also eats in her bed.
That's rice, tomatoes, and vegetables.
What are the biggest challenges and problems of living here inside this space?
Hygiene is very poor.
Too many people, and then bedbugs, mosquitoes.
Okay, I see. How is the life here with the others?
I just stay in bed and don't talk to others. Even my money has been stolen here.
Yeah, even he go to toilet and then come back, already lost her money.
Can you maybe tell us how does it come that you live here?
If her husband in public housing, but finally they divorced and moved here. Because she had no money to rent a better housing. She stopped to work 2 years ago because she has suffered a long-term disease.
For most people here, public housing is the only hope for a better life, meaning government-subsidized, more affordable apartments. But many aren't even eligible to apply. And for those who do get in, the average wait time is over 5 years.
But what's the cause of extreme housing shortage?
You might think there's simply not enough space, but that's only half the truth. 75% of Hong Kong is undeveloped, and only 7% is allocated for housing. Remember, the government has very little tax income, so the money has to come from somewhere else. To raise it, the government simply leases the land itself, because almost all the city's land belongs to it. In auctions, Chinese investors usually bid billions. For example, in 2021, a single 12 square meter parking spot was auctioned off for $1.3 million US. So the government itself profits from the shortage, and people live in coffin homes.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Together with our translator Elena, we visited a resident who had been living in his coffin home for almost a decade.
My name is Simon.
Nice to meet you, Simon.
Thank you.
Hello, hello. So this is your home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Simon lives on the 12th floor and shares it with 25 neighbors.
So you sleep in here, okay?
Yeah. Good night.
Good night. But what's that? Is that for your bathroom equipment?
That's my comb.
This is basically the wardrobe. This is where he stores the food. Down there is the electronic section. Here is all the bathroom equipment. And on the left, there are some other storage boxes. And look, especially here, I find it so crazy. Simon can't even stretch out his legs because at the foot end, there are all the boxes with his clothes.
Right now, do you have a regular job?
Currently, I work as a cleaner.
Have you ever thought about moving outside of the city, maybe in the countryside where it's cheaper and you can get a bigger flat?
Yes, but I can't find a job there.
Oh, so the job keeps you in the city, basically. Do you have a family or do you have kids?
My relationship, game over. I have 2 kids.
You still can see your kids?
His ex-wife and didn't want him to see his children.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm sorry for that.
These are extremely hard living conditions. It's really crazy. And yet he has such good energy and somehow so much joy for life. That's truly admirable. No joke.
Keep your good energy. This is really good, even despite the conditions. It's super. This is super good. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Simon is just one of 200,000 forgotten people in Hong Kong. The government plans to eliminate coffin homes completely by 2049. Whether actions will follow these words remains to be seen.